Alright guys, so we have our our valve cover here. We're going to distinguish these colors out a little bit better. We're going to turn the Mitsubishi into white, and we're going to turn in the dual overhead cam, and 16 valves into white. We're going to turn this whole thing into white. The white we're using, and yes, what I'm going to do works. I've done it before on the red one that I had, on the valve cover that I had. There's two options you can go about this. I'm going with one of the options because I wanted a special type. So I got this, which is basically out of focus, but this one is going to be the acrylic paint, which can withstand up to 320 degrees. I'm going to be able to apply this using typical paint brushes. This is all stuff from Walmart, and no, it's not the professional way to do this, but it is a way to do this, and it will work this way. So we're going to be using these two, that paint with this one. The other method is this. This is the other method here. It's regular old nail polish that I got from Walmart. I think this is $3 here. This is a base white. I don't know any information on it other than it's nail polish, okay? This one is actually going to be nail lacquer, which can withstand 400 degrees. But to be honest with you, 320 degrees for this paint, if you are actually getting up and above those temperatures for your valve cover, you have more issues than worrying about if paint's peeling or not. So what happens after 320, this begins to fade color, and it can melt, but it takes a lot higher temperature than 320 to melt. But nevertheless, I've used this before and it worked. I've used this before and it's worked. I know it's not going to be the best look for y'all. My other gimbal died on me, the one that sits a little bit taller and higher, and I don't have the patience to charge it a little bit. So, and just start painting like you're back in school. Alright, so what I'm doing is, because this base is way too dark for this paint, I'm going to begin with the nail polish, and I'll come back with that paint. And theoretically it should work the same way. I mean, it's going to work the same way when it comes to like longevity, but because the glitter paint is so much thinner, it doesn't stick to the blue that well. So as you can see, and then this is going to take a couple processes or a couple days to process out, just because of the way that we got to let this paint dry up. Don't let your paintbrush get too dry, because then the little bristles will start to spread out, and then you'll start getting those little runs in your paint. So your S's will be the hardest one, by the way, in my opinion, because all the little curves. So I have 2 S's to do. My biggest suggestion, my biggest tip I can give you when doing this is don't go downwards, if that makes sense, because it's going to be hard to tell what you're doing. Just for me doing this here, sometimes I want to kind of do this, which typically most people would want to do. But I promise you, if you try that, you will mess up. You will get it off the line. It won't sit on the line correctly. But as you can see from the video so far, it is, I guess you could say it's tedious. I skipped the S because I was afraid. Not afraid, but I just know it's a little bit more difficult to do. Please hold. Alright, so there's a Mitsubishi straight out right there. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to come down here and do this side as well. But I'm going to let this dry, do probably 2 coats of the nail polish. I'm not liking the way this S is coming out. Probably do 2 coats of the nail polish and then come back with that glitter one. See how the glitter one reacts? I may just leave it solid like this. I kind of like it. I did want it basic anyways. I didn't want to add more glitter to the glitter that it has, if that makes sense. So I kind of wanted to keep it as is, just a basic as can be white. Alright guys, as a garage update, I ended up getting that to the wall outside. We're going to see how it works. The AC in itself isn't blowing as cold as it used to, but at the same time it is pretty hot in here. But it is going outside, so we have our valve cover is completed for the most part. Where can I put it? so it doesn't scratch itself. We'll put it right here. Bam, there you go. The logo, the star logo, I will be doing it in red or orange. I'm not sure. Leave a comment below. This isn't going on in the car anytime in the next week or two. So leave a comment below. Let me know if I should do orange star to match the color of the car, or do the red star, which matches the company's logo color. So that's the valve cover there. It does have a glitter to it. Let me see if I can show you. See if I can show you guys the glitter. Maybe you can see it in the B. I know my U, I messed up on my U, but maybe, I don't know. You can see the B has a little bit of a shimmer to it. All the letters are like that. I like it, it looks good. Definitely stands out from back here. I really wanted this to be white with the words to be in that little multicolor changing. That's what I really wanted, but I totally understand how the powder in itself was getting onto the white, and as they was to heat cure it, it wasn't what I wanted. Being base white wasn't working. I done popped a breaker. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I popped the brake. I keep popping breakers. Although, I mean, I can't really complain too much. Everything is, I turned this side off. Sorry, I had to go to a wider lens. I realized that y'all couldn't see much. But that's that. That is the valve cover. I'm gonna love it. It's gonna look great. Trust the process. We did the dashboard. It's not completed yet, but you guys can check that video. It's gonna come out soon. The dashboard to the Talon is done. Kind of, it's out. Replacing it now with this dashboard. As you can see, the top is no longer cracked along that seam. We have the speakers out. We have this, that's coming along. That's its own project in itself, which is the next video is going to come out. I wanted to get you guys the valve cover to the Eclipse. Now I need to figure out this. I need to take that bulb out because that's a 60-watt bulb. I need to take that bulb out because it is a 100-watt bulb. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 160 watts in comparison to everything else going on in this room. But you have this thing sucks energy like crazy. You have over 18 LED strips that are 100 watts a piece. You know, your ampage is gonna start topping out. So if this was off, this bulb was out and that was out, I can save me some wattage. Won't risk it that much because I had this thing going for 4 days, but those two weren't on. So I know that those two are probably tipping it up and over the scale. So anyways, there we are. Look out for the video on this one right here. This video is coming out soon, and we will be catching you guys on the next clip. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.